Great college basketball game tonight. Obviously, their game plan was excellent. They came out hitting on all cylinders, shocked us early. Give our kids a lot of credit, and our home crowd was tremendous tonight, best of the year. We've been spoiling them a little bit. They got a game tonight, but they were huge. Big six man tonight from the crowd. But whenever you can weather a storm like we did tonight at the shot making that they were putting on, the exhibition that they were putting on for a while, Corey Davis and Armani Brooks, you got to feel fortunate. But once we stopped turning the ball over, the game changed. And we won this game. Obviously, we second half we held them 35%, but they were still hard to defend. They were really, really hard to play defense against. But the question I've had for this team all year is, when the time comes, the moment of truth comes, are we going to be able to take our game to another level? And I thought we did that tonight. And that's what or we would have gotten beat. So it was interesting, for me as a bystander, coaching them through it. Are we going to be able to play better? And when we need to play better, are we guys going to be able to step up and make the plays, put the ball in the basket, take care of the ball, get the points we needed to get? So we weren't going to win tonight with 65, not against this team the way they made shots. I think we only had one in the last 30 minutes. So we're around there in the 8-minute mark. We already had 8.
How is that possible? How can that change so?
It's amazing. If I knew the answer to that, I'd never lose a game. I would tell you this: their defensive physicality and their attacking of the ball shocked us early. We were not prepared for it. I think our guys were definite shock of their aggressiveness and their physicality. So I say, and then, the mark of a good team is when the game's being played a certain way. Look, they let a guy, whoever was playing, they had 3 guys play the 5 spot. They all split minutes. They had 14 fouls between them. So I think it was a great game plan by them. Just sacrifice, just they were not going to get pushed around. They were going to try to be extremely physical. And I think that's my opinion and what I saw and what the game plan was. All the way up until Gary Clark getting slapped in the face with a minute to play with no whistle. But give our guys credit. They stepped up and they adjusted to what was going on.
You got a more difficult 10-point win?
Yeah, this just felt like a 1-point win, let's all be honest, if you were there tonight. No, I don't think so. Right now, I can't think, but I would say probably not.
Mick, you did a really
Hey, Hoops.
good Robbie Gray.
Yeah.
Leads the league in scoring. You did a really good job in the first half. Even though they get 4, he gets 1.
Yeah.
And he finishes 4 for 15. Is that something we're looking to concentrate on going in?
Well, yeah, no doubt. The thing with him is you can't let him get layups and free throws. He's a scorer of the Sean Kilpatrick mode more than he is a shooter. So with him, we do everything we can to try to not let him get layups and free throws and not let him take the ball on the dribble below the foul line, obviously all the way to the rim or just below the foul line where his pull-up is devastating. So we tried to commit to making sure he couldn't do that. It probably caused us to give a few shots up to other guys. Because, when they play him at the point and they put Brooks and Davis on the wings and they're shooting the ball the way they shoot the ball. And obviously, Devin Davis was lighting it up for a while as well.
Kyle really stepped up in a crucial situation.
Knocked some big shots in.
Yeah. Clark.
Players win games, buddy. Players win games. That's what I tell you. What I was talking about earlier, people say, well, how good are you? Well, you're as good as your players. You can only coach them up so much. The players won this game. They had to start putting the ball in the basket, taking care of the ball, dealing with Houston physicality, sharing the ball, putting the ball in the basket. Jaron Cumberland getting fouled, making some tough baskets, going to the basket. Obviously, Gary and Kyle making some big shots, which they were going to have to make because they're doubling the low post quite a bit. So it was hard for them guys to get anything going in the low post. But great teams have guys can put the ball in the basket. You got to have them. You got to have answers. Houston? Oh, I think they're as good as anybody. You know, I thought coming in they could have easily been 19-1 coming in. Now, that being said, they lose a very close game at LSU, a very close game at Drexel. And then they have the ice storm where they got to fly to Tulane 2 hours before the game. And Tulane hit some unbelievable shots on them. So why are they not 19-1 coming into tonight? I mean, you got to be fair. They got a lot of new players. You know, Brooks didn't play last year, although he was on the team. Corey Davis is a new guy. Devin Davis was hurt last year. He had plantar fasciitis. We were trying to recruit him. Great player from Indianapolis. So Zana wasn't on the team. Brady wasn't on the team. So Fabian White's. So they got a lot of new guys. So they're getting better. You know, not a shock. Their administration is extremely committed with their new facilities and everything, and they've been behind. So with Kelvin Sampson as the coach and the commitment their administration is pouring into basketball, they're only going to keep getting better. Great, we won every game. You know, we don't even talk about where we play. We've never discussed it. We've never practiced here once. You know, I don't want to go Gene Hackman, but the dimensions are the same.
You said earlier, Mick, or at least posed the question, can we play better when we need to play better?
Right.
Did you learn anything about your team tonight in that
Oh,
game, or just kind of validate what you suspect?
No, I think you're always learning. I said this a while ago. I was going to be interested when we played the 4-game stretch, Xavier, Florida, Mississippi State, and UCLA, how we were going to handle that. And I thought we got better each game. Now, obviously, we lost the first two, but we played an excellent basketball against UCLA, and we were never in doubt against Mississippi State, controlled that game. So thought we got better each game. But you never know as a coach. So I'm not going to say it validates because you just don't know. You know, all you can do is try to prepare for the moment and make sure your guys don't hesitate, like Trevor Moore did in at Memphis the other day when he had to make a big shot. You know, I thought our guys didn't hesitate when it was time to make big shots tonight. I think that's the mark of a team. But that's only one night. You know, we still got to go back to Houston. I'm sure they're going to be ready for us whenever that lovely trip takes place.
We might not see you before you go to UConn. They're obviously not the same as the traditional UConn teams, record-wise or otherwise.
Did they play tonight? See, I don't know. First thing about UConn is injuries. So it's tough for me to say. I mean, Terry Larriere is their best player or leading scorer, right there with Jalen Adams, one of their two best players. And he's been out. Some got hit in the face or something. I mean, they've had every possible weird injury you could have, from guys re-injuring his shoulder, the Gilbert kid. They've just had a lot of things happen to them. All I know is they got good guard play, and we got to get ready to play.
The UConn brand, that brand name still means something to these players, your players, you think?
I hope so. There's less motivating I have to do. I hope so. I hope that they have the respect. Look, all you had to, a lot of these guys on this team last year know how hard UConn played against us in the conference tournament. Gary Clark had his teeth knocked out. So you better expect them to play with a lot of pride. As long as Kevin's standing over there. I mean, they may not make shots or whatever, but they're going to play with a lot of pride. We better be just like Houston did tonight. We got great, great coaches in this league. Tremendous coaching. I don't know about other leagues. I know this. I mean, there's A to Z in this league. There's great coaching in this league, which means teams are prepared and they're going to play hard.
How many times since you've been here did you have a team with enough offense to come back the way that you did tonight?
You know what? I was thinking about that, Doc. I think in all fairness, we've had some great teams. We were just in the Big East. We may not have the record we have right now. You know, the team we had went to the Sweet 16, lost to Ohio State in the game we led in the second half. You know, the year before that, we lost in the last seconds to UConn, who won the national title in the second round of the tournament. We had to play ranked teams all the time. So it's hard for me because of the change in leagues to really give that answer to you, which is probably why you're asking me, because it's hard for you. Because we're not, you know, it's not the same as far as who you're playing every 3 days. But in all fairness, though, we have some pretty good teams now. You know, especially in 11 and 12, I think. You know, to me, those teams, they were deep. We had size. We had multiple guys. Those teams beat a lot of ranked teams with Hall of Fame coaches. Won a lot of games on the road against ranked. You know, you're able to do that type of stuff. You got a really good team. So, and you can score to really. Those teams, they had enough. They had enough. Just, you know, the draw wasn't always on your side. You know, could have used Ohio State getting upset that year. The draw wasn't on our side. We had to play UConn, national champs, in the second round. So it's tough to say.
As they punched pretty hard right out of the gate, how were you able to kind of stabilize things and then find your rhythm and answer back?
Play harder. You know, that's always our go-to. They were making shots, but there was a reason for them making shots. We weren't getting to their shooters fast enough or closing hard enough on them. So we just had to play harder in the second half, or towards 5 minutes left in the first half. We picked it up a little bit, and then we just tried to carry our momentum from there.
How big do you think the three-pointer you made at the end of the half was for the momentum in the second?
Oh, it was big. We already had like a little run going at the time, and I got the steal, and I got the ball at the clock. It was 3 seconds. I knew I had a chance to get a good one off, and I just shot it and banked it in. Of course. How come not, Chad? You asked me that. You know I'm saying I'm going to call it bank.
How hard is it psychologically to dig out an 18-point deficit in the first half?
I think it's kind of difficult. It's an arduous task sometimes, but like I've been saying this whole year, this team is probably the closest team I've been on in terms of cohesiveness, staying together, getting through, adversity. So we all love each other for real, and we're together. So I think it makes it so much easier when we have a situation like that, when we're together and we're connected. Because we said, we're in a tough spot. We got to fight through it, though. It was a great test for us. Great team, good coach.
The toughest spot you've been in this year, besides the 2 losses, obviously, but in your winning streak, obviously, that's the toughest.
Definitely, for sure. At home, for sure. We usually set the tone at home. But it was, like I said, it was a good test, and I'm glad that we came through and we stepped up to the challenge.
Do you guys feel when you play defense the way you can play it, that you're never out of a game, no matter what?
We always feel like the game is it's a long game. So whenever we were facing a deficit early, we were just worried about getting stops and getting rebounds and crashing the offensive boards to get us extra possessions. So the game is so long. Every team goes on a run. So you never really feel like you're out of it. As long as you can string stops together, we should be fine.
What was the plan to stop Bob Gray?
Just try to make him see as many faces as he can. Like when he catches the ball, try not to let him get him in their one-on-one situations that they like to get him in, so he can't just attack us one-on-one and put fouls on us or get baskets or get easy shots for him.
Kyle, you in particular, for a while, your stat line was pretty empty there, and then you really fired it into gear. Was that the senior in you, maybe? Or?
I just think that's the competitor in me. If people have been following me, and I know you guys have, but that's how I've always been. I've been trying to step up and trying to be there for my teammates and, trying to show, why I'm a part of the team. But I just really wanted to be there for my teammates, and I was just like, it's time to step up and start going. So I just want to stay in that zone and keep on doing the right things that leads up to success like that.
You guys were only up 4 when Gary picked up his 4th foul. He comes back in, you're up 13. Is there anything in that mentally that lets you guys know, even if he's on the bench, we found a little rhythm without him and picked it up?
Oh yeah, because the guys that come off the bench for us are most important. As Coach was saying from the beginning of the year, that our strength is in our numbers. So as long as we can have our bench players coming off the bench and contributing and doing what they need to do, we will be fine with whoever on the bench, me, Kyle, Kane, Stowe, whoever.
Kyle, is that this team offensively? Jake gets hot for a stretch, Gary gets hot for a stretch, you turn it on, Jaron, gets to the line and kind of closes it out. Anybody at any different time, is that kind of the thought process?
Yeah, I think it's a kind of a pick your poison mentality because, all the players you just mentioned have tremendous offensive ability in a lot of different facets. We do it different ways. So, and we give each other, the beautiful thing about it is we give each other space to do it. And on teams, really good top 10 teams, you don't really find that a lot. People are worried about other people's success, and on that team that doesn't exist. So I think that's a beautiful aspect about our team. And like you said, Jake could go on a 5-minute stretch. I could go on a 5-minute stretch. Gary, Jaron, everybody, really, honestly.